It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll play host to a battle between conferences. It's the Raiders and the Lions on Monday Night Prime Time.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Detroit Lions. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, these Detroit Lions, they won over a lot of people with the way they played under Dan Campbell last year. They started 1-6, found their stride, won 8 of their last 10 games, and nearly got into the playoffs.
And when you think back to how they almost got in, that final Sunday night going to Lambeau Field and beating the Packers, that tells you about the culture that's already been established there. All you need now is to watch this team continue to play. They're going to contend, I believe, in this season.
And then for the Raiders, this is a tough team to figure out. They stumbled home to a 6-11 finish last year. But you say if they want to turn things around, it has to start on the defensive end.
It certainly does, and while they've had some dynamic pass rushers along the way, they've needed more, and they've added them now in free agency and the draft, as well as some new faces on the back end to help shut down people throwing the football.
The punter, Jack Fox, has us ready to go, and we are underway here at Ford Field. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
Play action, Garoppolo. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. .49-yard punt. 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw, Goff. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Goff going to get this to Gibbs. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Hand off now to Gibbs. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A first carry now for Craig Reynolds. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Goff. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Patterson's kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, force the incompletion.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Garoppolo now. he's brought down. John Kaminsky coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the 50, it's Goff. He'll find his rookie tight end, Sam Laporta. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 32 on the play. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And Gibbs has it. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from 11 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. A first carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a 2nd and 8. Another run for Gibbs here. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Goff throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll go down at the to 26 following a gain of 6. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. He gets this to Davante Adams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First catch of the game for Adams, and he's got a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Short throw, that's hauled in by Mayer. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Haven't been a corner that's worth the salt yet, but ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
And in a flash, Aiden Hutchinson gets into the backfield and puts the quarterback on the deck. And he wasted no time embracing his role as the face of his hometown franchise as a rookie. 9.5 sacks, a surprising 3 interceptions, and Rookie of the Year runner-up mention.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Goff. This to Laporta, right side. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes.
He's got a man, complete. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 73 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
That's complete to the Porter. And they'll get this down to the 10. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Gibbs again. But he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Goff. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands. Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Extra point try now for Patterson. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
The offense on third down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there, and the Lions will take over. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 97 yards rushing for him in the ballgame now on 14 carries.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Robert Spillane, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Detroit. Josh Reynolds, 44 yards. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Patterson now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. DeAndre Carter returning it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Jack Campbell, a first-round pick there on the tackle.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You can go right back to him and hope he explodes or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On play action, now Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
To throw is Goff. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
3rd and 3. Goff now looks to throw. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Max Crosby drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. On 4th down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. Patterson's kick is good, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 117 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Now Goff on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. On the return, Carter. So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown of this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter, and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
On the give, here's Gibbs. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 128 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Goff. That's to the tight end, Laporta. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Goff now looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Goff. With one complete.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Gibbs fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Off play action. Here's Goff. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Goff now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Great defense there on third and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
On fourth down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. This a 27-yard attempt here. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he returns this to the 22. The Raider offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's got room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag if it's not already. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Goff. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Reynolds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Goff. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man right side, Myers. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Counter play with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That's complete into the hands of Myers. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Hitting Mayer here on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He'll hit his running back, Amir Abdullah. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Touchdown! Davante Adams from 21 yards away. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. There he goes left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 31 yards there and a first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
Goff on first down. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll hand off to Reynolds. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 36. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
They'll go again with Reynolds. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Now a 2nd and 6. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Goff now looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 4th down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this one, Charles, it's only the 3rd quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so because a 1-score lead you don't even count, but a 2-score lead you know it can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you can feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
Let's go get it now.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A nice carry by Jacobs, who's coming off a career year, just when it seemed like Vegas may have been ready to move on from him. Led the NFL with over 1,600 yards and was more than deserving of his first All-Pro selection.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Romeo Okwara working his way in and getting the tackle for loss.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Johnson's got it complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Garoppolo on first down. It gets it right back to Mayer. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Throw left side, pulled in by Tucker. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Jacoby Myers from 19 yards away. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Garoppolo. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one.
That is caught.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. 4th down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On play action, now Garoppolo.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, a 23-yard run.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way, so it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Goff, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, Goff. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Here comes Carter. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here, 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6.
Garoppolo now.
Oh, the slant connects with Devontae Adams.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. It's caught here by Adams. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Garoppolo looks to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, 47 yards. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Goff now looking to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
You call it, we all it, baby. Let's go. Let's roll.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Goff now to throw.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on third down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Garoppolo and the Raiders now down by 5. 1:38 to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Now 2nd and 4. Garoppolo to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. He has Mayer complete, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. Open man is Myers. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Here's 1st down. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.